literally just went next door. I asked the carpenter to not do his thing for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes so that I can actually film this video. I can't believe I just asked someone to do it, but I really am in a good state of mind to talk about my past and give you the part 2. Thank you so much for liking the first video, and let's get into it before they start the construction work again. So part 2, lesson number 1. This happened when I was having a very profound conversation with my younger brother, who is a 23-year-old in 80-year-old body. He is amazing. His emotional maturity is something that I really, really admire, and I take some credit because he lives with me. But him and I were just having this conversation, and I'm like, you know what? I just don't like him, and I just don't like these men that I've been dating, and I don't know what's so wrong. I mean, these men that I see are amazing and they are perfect and they're really something that I would like in my partner, but for some reason it's just not something that I'm feeling in my core, where I'm ready to commit to this man that I have been with on a couple of dates. And what he tells me is that back when you were in that old relationship, when you were in college, you were not really someone who had her own identity. So I am his girlfriend. I want to be his wife. I want to be, the mother of his kids. I want him. He was the center of my world, and I really did not know who I was if I didn't have him. And for all of you who don't know, I started ASC, I started nutrition, I started so many things that I'm doing today after my breakup with him. Up until then, I was just a college student and I was studying to be a cosmetologist, but that's about it. And one of the biggest changes that I did was I'm not even going to be a model anymore. I am just going to work on myself, and I want to understand who Ankita is if she is not dating people. And this is one of the biggest things that I learned that really helps me till today. I have my own identity, and I did not have it for so many years, and I didn't really know who she was, what was she doing, why was she reacting this way, until I understood this profound concept thanks to my younger brother. And I realized that, oh, okay, I feel so satiated and complete right now because I have my own identity. So please don't lose yourself in your attempt to make a relationship work. I hope that the relationship that you are in is thriving. With that being said, and I always need you to remember, you are complete by your own self. He or she is complete in their own selves, and both of you together create something magical. But both of you separately also have a strong identity that you hold on to, that really helps you have a sense of individuality in a relationship. So identity is a key point, and make sure that you're not losing this one. Number 2, sharing about small things that bothers you rather than bottling up your emotions. If my ex-boyfriend was a chain smoker and I don't really like his smoking, initially in the first few months, in the first few weeks, it doesn't really bother you as much as you would think it would bother you, until that smoking starts to become a problem. Especially for someone like me, I am extremely intolerant to the smoke and its smell. Even passive smoking or being in a hookah bar gives me insane migraine. I have to take a painkiller or a medicine to be able to deal with it, and I hate taking medicines when they are not needed. So I know that this is a non-negotiable for me in a relationship. So initially, if let's say my ex-boyfriend is smoking, he's just taking it once in a while, it doesn't really matter, until it starts to become a chronic habit for him and it starts to bother me. So let's say I didn't see anything in the first 2 years of the relationship, but by the time we're in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th year, it really starts to get to my head. And the constant fights are about, when are you going to stop this? Why are you lying to me? You smell like smoke today. Did you end up smoking again? If you have non-negotiables when it comes to your relationship, you have to be extremely confident about what is it that you are seeking, and you have to make sure that you and your partner align. Like, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I can't go to a hookah bar with you. I can't spend my weekends, in a bar drinking and getting sloshed. That's not the kind of life that I want. But if my partner really enjoys these things, to me, we are just not compatible. I can't make it work like that. I would rather go for grocery shopping. I would rather go to watch a movie. I would rather be at home and cook dinner and eat dinner and just go to bed quickly, or go for a nice long walk, or meet and catch up with our friends. But I can't be sitting in a bar every day with you, right? And that's something that I didn't talk about initially when I was dating, and it ended up creating a problem. He's not with me. Where is he? He's drinking. Did you smoke again? Yes, but you said that you let smoking. Yeah, I did, but today was a one-time thing. And then over a period of time, it just starts to, create issues. You are just irritated because that one thing, and now that irritation is sort of diverted into different action that he or she has to offer, and it just creates a whole mess. So if there is something about the relationship, about his or her habits that's bothering you, speak up, talk about it, find a mid ground, or you know what to do. Lesson number 3: ignoring important people in your life that existed before he became just an important part of your life. I made this mistake. This is not a hypothetical situation. I fell out of, love with one of my most dearest friends, and it was just probably I was too drawn to him, and I was not paying attention to her, and there were series of events that followed one after the other, and I ended up really, really hurting my best friend, who was my best friend long before I met this guy in college. And touch wood, knock on the wood, I have been able to resolve my issues with her, and we are best friends again today. I love her to death. If you're watching this, you know who you are. But that being said, never ever put anyone on a pedestal, no matter how much you love them, and no matter how strongly you feel that that relationship is going to last. It doesn't mean that you start to disrespect or pay less attention to people who have been in your life for a much longer period of time. And a lot of times you have to listen to your friends, and you have to listen to what they are saying about him or her, because sometimes we can't see what the people around us, people who love us, for example our parents, our best friend, our siblings, sometimes they can see something that you and I can miss out on because we are wearing the rose-colored love glasses. So if you are able to take it off, you would be able to see the reality when everything is fresh, when everything is new, when the love is happening for the first time. It just feels so miraculous and heavenly and beautiful that you are just so, always swept off with anything that's happening. But you have to always remember that people, everyone in your life that you have deemed to be important before this person walked into your life remains the same. And you have to make sure that if you had a ritual of being with your best friend every weekend, you don't suddenly ghost her because you want to be with your boyfriend. Either you find a way for it to work together, or you find something else, or you spend your time equally with both of them. But you cannot really just ghost on people because you are in a new relationship, okay? And I know every relationship needs work, and there are going to be some times where you can't really make the commitments, you can't really bring them to fruition that you probably made with your best friend, and those plan changes, and that is all okay. But even in such a situation, it's extremely important that you sit down and you talk about it, and you let him or her know, your best friend, that this is happening and that's the reason I'm behaving this way. So that communication is going to make sure that the friendship doesn't turn sour by the end of the relationship. Okay, you lose a lot of time, and you sort of don't even realize, but people are drifting away from you because you are so all hooked up about this new person in your life and this relationship in your life. So having your own identity, making sure that you're not bottling up small things and you're talking about things, and making sure that people who are important in your life, who existed long before he or she came, you are able to give them that importance, and that is something that I wanted to share with you. I really hope that it helps you. And yeah, if you have any experiences that you would like to share, please don't forget to put them down in the comment section below. It really makes my day. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.